One, yeah, thank you, Gaurav. So over here, as I had said earlier, that we are going to divide this whole session into three sections. First one, we are going to introduce Think Loudly with people who are joining our webinar very first time, because that's a welcome we want to do, and also we want to introduce Think Loudly, that how Think Loudly enables non-IT students to get into IT, or people who are already in IT, how can they transform their career and get the job in cloud space, maybe in Scrum Master, project management, different spaces. First section is going to be about introduction. Second section, we'll be interacting with our student who got the job successfully very recently. He'll be sharing his journey with us so that we know what are the steps we can follow to ensure that we get the job. And third section is our main section where our very experienced instructor, Mr. Mukesh, is going to share the knowledge on Azure Cloud, which is Azure VM. Azure VM is nothing but Azure Virtual Machine, and he's going to share this knowledge with us. So, okay, before we actually proceed further, so we are starting 60 minutes discount, which is for 50% on two of our courses. One is Scrum, and another one is ServiceNow. If any one of you is interested to sign up and to avail 50% discount on any one of these courses, feel free to drop your interest in the chat box, or you can reach out to me or anyone in the team of Thinkcloudly. We will ensure that you get 50% discount for next 60 minutes, 60 minutes. So you have next 60 minutes to decide if you really want to enroll with us in Scrum or ServiceNow, so that you can avail 50% discount. If any one of your friend or family member or anyone in your network is interested, you can sign up for him or her as well within next 60 minutes, and you can avail 50% discount on Scrum Master course as well as ServiceNow. I'll let you know at the end of the webinar that our when the 60 minutes expires, because the offer will expire after 60 minutes. So let me know. It's a good deal, guys. Let me know if you're interested. So deal starts now. Okay. So now I would like to, before I actually introduce Think Loudly, I would like to, congratulate our student, Oluwa. He's one of our student who actually was very passionate. When I met him, he was one of the very passionate that Naman, I need job, I need cloud. And I was very delighted and I was very happy when he informed me that Naman, I could able to get the job, and that too in an investment bank in US in JP Morgan. So it's really good to see our students working in very good organizations. Also, they are part of IT, though they come from a non-IT background, but still when they make it possible, which seems to be impossible, it's really feel good. We feel motivated. The entire Think Loudly team feels motivated when we see our students getting job in IT, and that too in this and when we help them to get the job. So, Oliver, the stage is yours, and please enlighten all of our students that how were you managed to get the job, and how do you feel after getting the job?
Um, Good morning, guys. My name is Oluwaseun Folarin, Nigerian, and I live in the Bronx, New York. And I want to use this opportunity to really thank Think Loudly, for the opportunity that they gave me, most especially Naman and his team. They really made everything easy for me. Uh, I want to go back to my journey. I started. I had no IT background. I was really scared of tech. I was really really scared. I was a case manager at one of the shelters here in the Bronx here, and it was really difficult for me to really navigate myself to the cloud. To the tech and all. I'm always very scared of tech and all of that. I'm really really scared. I never had intention to even do that. But with the spin of so many friends of mine, people coming out and telling that text is now what we have to do, something that brings in more money, more opportunities, and everything like that. I have to like, okay, fine, let me just, really go into it. And when I started reading AWS, it was really difficult for me. The process was really, really challenging, because you don't really know anything about it. Read it a little bit and go back to it after like, 3 weeks or a month. It was really difficult for me to really navigate the IT, background, the story, and all of that. But I started asking my friends, asking people, how can I really get this help? I need someone to like really mentor me. I need someone that can actually pull me through all of this journey, someone I can relate to, and all of that. And there we go with Thinkcloudly. Mr. Naman is someone that really, really so wonderful. He's very patient. He's very articulated. No matter how the rubbish question you want to ask him, he's always very ready for you to input all of that for you. He's really, really patient. And, especially people like me, that I don't know anything about what IT entails. It was really, really helpful, and it made everything easy for me. So my journey with AWS Cloud Architect, it was really difficult. It was really challenging and all of that. But with this team, Thinkcloudly, they really helped me. And one of the things that I know for a fact that we have so many cloud people, outside agencies that tell you they can teach you how to do this. They always after the money. But one thing I understand about Naman is that you have to understand a better person that can teach. I think Naman is a teacher, is a leader. He understands this approach, how it entails to really progress to all those things. So I was really lucky to have someone like him and his team. They really helped me a lot. Passing my cloud architect cloud practitioner. And after the solution architect, AWS solution associate, and I passed that. And from there, there's another level, another challenge, and all of that. So I remember at the time, he told me about the seminars, all this webinar as well, where we did so many online projects. I remember one of the project was data migration, cloud formation projects that we did. Also serverless applications. I have them on me that I can actually talk about during the interviews. During the project, we did Lambda, we did cloud formation, we did how we can actually put on our resume, how we can set up our resume on LinkedIn, and what else I'm trying to like read across all the projects that we did. It was a lot, and we did so much. We did Jenkins, we did X3, we did microservices with EKS project upon project. So it was pretty much easy for me to really talk about all these tools. And during the webinar, he was able to explain everything to us, teach us everything how to do this. And we, one thing about Thinkcloudly that I really appreciate is that, after teaching, he's also going to call us to also, he wants to see us how we're going to do it ourselves. And that also helped me to really like navigate all these tools. And I was really very helpful. It was really helpful for me to really navigate all those things. So I became really a little bit master of those things. So now I can talk about all these tools. I can combine all these architectures, designs together. I can plug in all of this together. I can talk about Kubernetes. I know exactly what it means. Without having no IT background, it was really, really challenging. But when you have someone that can teach you how, people like Naman, he did that for me using EKS, Kubernetes, telling me of how I can integrate myself. I can talk to people about cloud and all of that. The journey was so, so wonderful. I want to thank Thinkcloudly. I want to thank Naman for all this experience. And I think that if you're seeing this, honestly, if you're in this part of this Thinkcloud, to continue, don't give up. I know it's really tough out there, but just continue with this. Put in effort, listen to what they tell you to do, and trust me, you're gonna get it right. I'm so happy, and I want to thank Naman, especially, for this platform, and to bless people is really, really, it's really excellent. I can't believe that I'm working on one of the best companies in the world right now in JP Morgan Chase, and a solution architect there, associate, and the journey has been fantastic. Now I can talk about all these skills. I can design all these things, all these tools together, compute all these plugins, and without having any experience this year. And the money is really good. The money is really good. Looking back throughout this year, when I was a case manager, I started everything this year. Just you can imagine the space and time how all this thing can be. And Naman did that for me and his team, Thinkcloudly. I'm always grateful. I'm thankful. I remember one project that you did, multi-cloud, how we can connect all these architectures together with application, how you can link it together with database. These are one of the things that I talked about during my interview, and it made everything easy for me. So I want to say thank you, Thinkcloudly. I'm telling you guys, you're on the right track. As long as you're on this webinar, keep pushing, keep doing what they asked you to do, and trust me, the sky's the limit. You can also be like me. I was like a novice like you when I started, but now I'm working with JP Morgan Chase. So I'm so thankful. I'm so open. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to give that, or
Yeah, so
I don't
yeah,
know.
Oluwa, I really appreciate that whatever you just said about us, that we really help. But the same amount of efforts, uh, you know, always put by the student, just like you put a lot of efforts. You followed us blindly, that you trusted us, that whatever Naman or maybe whatever Think Loudly is asking us to follow, or maybe instructors at Think Loudly are asking us to follow, you followed them.
Absolutely,
So that is also
absolutely.
one of the very good thing you did, that you trusted us and you followed us. And also one thing, Oluwa, that will be really great if you can, help people, because a lot of students, they come to me that Naman, it is a very tiring process. It takes time, and a lot of people give up. So what would you suggest to them, that should they, what should they do? Because a lot of people, they lose their patience. So what is the advice from your end to everyone?
So my advice I'm going to tell you is that, especially my background, I can only talk about myself. I was working two jobs this year, and everything started this year. To be honest, looking at this year, we're still in September. You can imagine what I've achieved right now since the beginning of this year. So working two jobs, it was really difficult for me, to navigate into the cloud. I've put in effort to really get all these things worked out. It was not easy. The role was not easy, but I always try to push in work, try to learn all these things to tools, watch the videos over and over again. I watch like the Kubernetes video, I watch it like over like 10 times. I don't understand it, but each time I watch it, I learn new things every day. The road is always tough, but one thing you have is that you're in the right place, and all you just have to do is put in effort, and you're going to do it. I also want to specify something that Naman did as well with my resume. The resume is one of the best resume in the world. When the people see, keep asking me, how did you do this resume? This resume is really unique. Yeah, everything was the design, the methodology was so superb. That's by the side. But this year it has been, we have to push in effort. Don't give up. Don't give up. It's always there. Just keep pushing and you will get it. One thing about it is that as long as you put in effort, you're gonna get this platform. You're gonna be a master of it. I'm not a master yet, but I have the platform. Think Cloud made a platform for me. With my commitment and my passion and my drive, I'll be able to do it. If I'm able to do it, trust me, you can do it. I don't even know. I don't have any IT background, and I know some people even might know, might have experience about the tech and all of that. I don't have any experience. What I do on the laptop, on the system, is just to watch movie and what else, movies, and type and all of that. Aside that, there's nothing I know. But now I can navigate all this cloud. I can do all this cloud, thanks to Nam and Think Cloudly for putting all these things to me. So it's the effort, commitment. Don't give up. You might be there. Just a little push is going to help you out. Just a little push, and you're going to help you out. Like I said, I watch the videos over and over again. Every single time I watch the videos, I keep learning things every single day. So that is one thing I really appreciate about Naman. I don't know if you can see. This is one of my videos. This is one of my I don't know if you can see this, but this is one of when I watch the videos, I jot things down every single time. I learn new things every single time. So I just want to tell you that you can do it just in the space of time, just within few minutes, few months, you can do it. Like I did. I never had any experience about this as well at the beginning of the year, but now I work at JP Morgan Chase, one of the best private bank in the world. So you can be that, you can even be better. So that is exactly what I can tell you. If you have any question, you can tell me, you can ask me, I can tell you, but I can tell you for a fact, you can do better. You can do it. Trust me, you can do it.
Yeah, I see Tilda has one question. So Tilda, please feel free to ask your question, and I think Oluwa can respond. So you can drop your question either in the window, or I think Gaurav, if you can allow Tilda to, you can unmute. Tilda, you can unmute and ask your question.
Yeah, thank you so much. Congratulations, Lulu.
Thank
Great
you.
story. Thanks for sharing. The question I just wanted to ask was around timeline. Can you just give a bit of timeline when you started, how the interview process went, and this the kind of
So the
what you
timeline, like I said,
yeah.
the
Oh,
timeline, I'm gonna say that on my own time is really different because I was working two jobs. I During this year, at the beginning of this year, I was working two jobs. I was doing a case management and also doing a security, right? So my security all the time was always in the night. So at that night time, that is when I get time to really read about the cloud, watch the videos. Sometimes I try to do it on my phone. I try to see what exactly I try to write things down, jot everything on my paper, try to look at it any space, any little time that I have because I never had any time because I'm always at work. So I don't really have enough time to really study very hard. But every single time I have at that time this year, I was working, I was trying to like maximize that. So you can imagine if you have only one job, you have enough time to even read and all of to do that. So that is that. So the time frame has been the beginning of this year, and the way to write the exams and pass it, and with people like Naman, they help me to really understand it even better. And in terms of the job space, and the job space was really well project, we project because once you have all this project, you have so many things to talk about. You have projects to talk about, and that is when Naman was very so helpful. I did Naman, we did projects, we have so many webinars, and one thing about Thinkcloudly that I appreciate is that about Naman is that they give you the most oddest jobs in the world. They give you the oddest um 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 what services that's working right now in the job in the cloud, which is more like Kubernetes, what is about microservices. I'm talking about Terraform, how you can actually put also make all this platform in the cloud, how you can create replicas, how you can make all those modules and create those can be repeatable modules. These are kind of projects that Naman gave us. So I was begin to read it. Like I said, I watched videos over and over again. I never understood what is Kubernetes. I never understood what is microservices. With Naman, I was able to talk about projects like that. I was able to talk about database migration, moving applications from on-prem to the cloud using
Yeah,
our relational database. So I was able
so
to do it because of the
sorry,
project
Oliver,
Naman gave us.
yeah, sorry, Oliver, to interrupt you. Only thing is that Tilda wants to ask like how many months it took, to prepare and get the job. Maybe when you started, probably you started this month, this year, and like when did you start and how many months it took? If you can just put some light over on that.
So I started the beginning of this year. I started in February. That was when I did my solution cloud practitioner, AWS cloud practitioner, and that's when I did that. And also I have to read the videos, watch the solution architect. So I completed that in I think it was in April or May. From the May, so I had to like take a break a little bit. So I started watching Nama's project, the videos, the project, and the projects really helped me because it was really what I was really talking about. So I think I did over like
Yeah, you can say
10 interviews.
yeah, six.
Um
Yeah, it took maybe 6 months, probably, right? Uh, Oluwa to get the job. Yeah. So Tilda,
yeah,
uh,
so
so
May, June, July, August, yeah. So that
yeah,
frame, that time frame. So I got my solution associate April or May. From there, then I did watch videos, project and everything and so on for me to get all this job as well. So it was
wow.
just like that. So I did some interviews. I got some other offers, but JP was more like the one that really speak to me more, so to get the job. So that's the time frame.
Thank you, Oluwa. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. We really appreciate your time and for being here. And I wish you all the best with your new job.
Thank you.
And do
Thank
let me
you. I really
know.
appreciate it. Thank you, Think Loudly.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, Naman. You're the best. Trust me.
Yeah, so just let me know if you need the on-job support as we discussed, so we can talk about
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
All right, absolutely. I need it actually. So we'll talk after this webinar.
Sure, no problem. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, guys.
Okay, so moving to our next section where I just want to tell you like who we are. So we are actually single stop shop for all your interview needs. So we are here to help you with your trainings, live projects, resume, interview preparation sessions. If you need certification assistance in case of dumps or practice questions, or if you need any other thing to get ready to get the job, I think we provide everything just to ensure that you get the job. Okay. And if you have anything else, like maybe one of the company is popping up, something which is very difficult to handle, you can still seek for the help and we will be able to help you with that because we have number of engineers working with us every day and they make it possible for students who really want to get the job. So it's all about Thinkcloudly. I want to just, quickly move over to our services, product and services we offer. As I mentioned, we have trainings, live projects, certification assistance, resume preparation, interview preparations, and on-job support. So now, with this, we also have introduced one of the service that is profile marketing. So we have started profile marketing where we apply jobs on behalf of you in more than 200 organizations in 1 month just to ensure that you get a lot of number of calls from recruiters. And we are also offering programs on AWS, Azure, AI, machine learning, DevOps, Scrum Master, ServiceNow, and we have recently launched one of our course on cybersecurity. So we are expanding our efforts into multiple directions because it's not just about introducing a course or a program. It is about that there is a backend team which works on that particular program. Let's say if you talk about AWS, there is a very big team which is working in the backend to ensure that the content which we are trying to deliver, that is really helpful. If you talk about Azure, DevOps, Google Cloud, Scrum Master, ServiceNow, AI, cybersecurity, all these different programs, there are different teams which are working in the background and they are making sure that the content which we are trying to deliver, that is related to what is there out there in the market, what is in demand, what interviewer is going to ask you. So that is why we design and we improve our content on a regular basis, which you might not find anywhere in the industry. That's the way we work, that we always improve our content. So this is all about our services. If you need any one of the services, do let us know, do reach out to us, do refer your friends. And also we offer a referral bonus of 75 to 100 bucks. In case you have any friend interested, do let us know. We'll be happy to provide you referral credits. Moving on to our next session where we have, let me just check if Mukesh has joined us. Mukesh, are you in?
Yes, I am here, Naman.
Okay, thank you, Mukesh. Your voice is a bit low. If in case you can come closer to the mic. Okay, so let me introduce who is Mukesh. Mukesh is one of our best instructor on Azure. He is Microsoft certified instructor. He has worked with Microsoft for more than 5 years, I think 6 years. He has worked in Azure team, and he has like in total he has 8 years of experience in cloud. So he's the master of Azure. Whenever I need any help on Azure, I always seek his help. He also helps us in preparing the content. So he's actually leading one of our technology vertical of Azure, where he's working very hard to make sure that the Azure content is very fresh and delivered properly to our students. So thank you, Mukesh, for being here with us. And please take this platform and enlighten our students on Azure VM, which is nothing but Azure Virtual Machine. So guys, just to give you a quick background on Azure Virtual Machine, as you have your laptop right in front of you, that is a machine. But when you want a machine to be in the cloud, that is virtual machine, which means that your machine is kept maybe somewhere in the world, but you want to use it remotely. That is virtual machine. So I just wanted to give a very quick background. Now the floor is for Mukesh. Mukesh, please take the floor and share the screen. You can share the screen and start with your session. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Naman. Thanks for your time and thanks for giving me this opportunity to talk to this such a lovely audience. And yeah, so let's get started with Azure Virtual Machine, the topic today. Before I jump directly to the virtual machines and what is the virtual machine and the technicality, let's talk about what is cloud computing. Okay, so when you talk about the cloud computing, in a very small or layman term, you can say that the delivery of the computing solutions, okay, over internet, that is called the cloud computing. What are these computing solutions? Can be a computing solution can be a storage, right? And then it can be networking, right? And a compute power, right? Compute power. And then it can be a networking, okay, and then analytics. See, any cloud computing product, anything, okay, in the world, whatever, I mean, I'm talking about cloud computing a global wise, okay, whatever, I mean, say it to be Azure, Microsoft, say it to be AWS, GCP, Google Cloud, IBM Cloud, anything, every cloud computing provider is providing these four services: storage, computing power, networking, and analytics. In storage, you can say your hard disks, your SSDs, those kind of things, the storage over the cloud, okay? In computing power, you can say about the Windows virtual machines or Linux virtual machines or anything like that, okay? Then in networking, see, you have two or more computers or two or more resources. Definitely, they would like to communicate with each other, right? So that is why that kind of facility is being provided by networking, right? And the analytics power. What kind of analytics power? Like you have your whole setup, your environment is already there. Then definitely you would like to have some kind of logs or analytics power so that you can understand your environment and do any kind of investigation whenever and wherever it is required. So what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is providing the storage, compute power, networking, and analytics services over internet and on demand. Okay. So today we'll be talking about the one of the pillar of the cloud computing, which is called compute power. Okay. So computing, right? So now, I mean, computing inside computing only the virtual machine concept comes. So we'll not talk about first the directly the Azure virtual machine. Let's talk about virtual machine itself. So the concept of virtual machine has came in 1960s, very before, well before the cloud computing concept in the market. Okay, the virtual machine was there and is here from 1960s. Okay, however, in 2006 to 5, if I'm very correct, the AWS and Azure and the cloud products came in the market. Okay, so virtual machine, basically the name itself tells what it is. Everything is on virtual world. Okay, so if I in one line, if I have to say that what is a virtual machine, I can say that a computer on top of your computer is virtual machine. But yeah, I mean, I know that it is getting a bit confusing. Let's break it up. Okay, let's go ahead with your physical computer, the laptop that is in your hand or that is on your desk, which you are using. What it is having, the basically what it is having is like a hardware, right? Definitely it will be having some kind of hardware. What type of hardware it is having? It can have RAM, random access memory, ROM, read only memory. Moreover, the screen that you are seeing, right, the keyboards, right, and then your mouse and motherboard, many other things, right? Everything is there on your hardware. On top of hardware, definitely there will be an OS. What is an OS? Operating system. What is an operating system? Operating system is a software which helps you out to talk with your hardware and you. Okay, you are giving something. Okay, you told, okay boss, I need to calculate something. Okay, I need to add 2 plus 2. Okay, so how your computer will be able to understand? There where the OS, the operating system, comes in picture, which will be talking to your hardware okay boss, this is what my user want, okay, that he want to because it all happens in the assembly language, let it be, leave it. But what operating system does, it converts user requirement to it basically helps you to communicate with your hardware and the user. Okay, on top of operating system, what all the things will be there, your applications will be there. Okay, apps, different apps like the Zoom app that you are using, the Chrome, the browser, and many other applications, the Office 360, all those things. Okay, this all comprises a computer. Okay, this is your computer, or you can say in engineering language, it is your machine. Now, what different is their virtual machine? If I say that on top of this computer, I can make five computers, five same type of computers, which will be working as same as your this laptop is working. That is what the virtual machine. How does it happen? Let's talk about that also. So you see, you have your hardware, same, right? Okay. I'm very sorry for my handwriting, but you can ask me any question at any point of time. Please stop me. Okay. So you have your hardware, which is again having your RAM, ROM, everything. Okay. On top of it, you have your operating system, and on top of it, you are having one software. What is that software does? This software basically, you can say in Microsoft it is hypervisor, and many other softwares are available. What it does, it helps you out to do the virtualization. Okay. Now on top of it, you can create different virtual machines, one, two, three. Now on top of it, it will be having its own separate operating system. Okay, they all will have their own separate operating system and their own applications you can run. Now suppose in real time environment, what happened, that your operating system of VM1 got failed, still you have the other two virtual machines which is working very well. Okay, so this is all about the virtual machines. So virtual machine is the emulation of your real computer. Okay, in one line, if I say what is a virtual machine, virtual machine is the emulation of your real computer. Let me ask you one question. uh, Suppose you let me give you a scenario actually. Suppose you got a project in your company, okay, and or you're in your college, okay, you want to do that, and you have a 4 GB RAM laptop and a Windows 7 or XP, an old Windows, okay, but that computer is not so capable to work for your project. What you'll be doing, you can go to the and buy will you go ahead and buy a server laptop, new laptop, just for one project? No, right? Either you can go ahead and borrow a better laptop from your friend or send someone like that. Okay, but here you can use the same laptop. On top of it, you can create a virtual machine and use it. Okay, with the virtual machines you can create like any kind of with very good configuration of your RAM, ROM, and everything. Okay, I hope the virtualization concept is clear, guys, right? Okay.
Not,
Yeah.
not yet.
Mhm. uh Sorry, I pardon, could you please repeat, like?
I said not yet. If you can go over that one more time, I will appreciate it.
Okay, definitely. Thanks for letting it know. Okay, so virtualization, as I said, the virtualization meaning is like virtual machine is like the emulation of the real computer. Okay, but actually it will not be present. What is the meaning of virtual? Like it will not be present in physical. Okay, you cannot touch it. Okay, you cannot touch it or you cannot feel it, but still you can use it, right? So basically virtual machine is like you can create more than one virtual machines on top of physical machine. Okay, one physical machine. Okay, you're getting it, like your laptop, on top of your laptop you can create more than one computers same as your computer, and you can use them for different purpose. Okay, you can give it to A user, B user, C user, and these can be accessed from anywhere and everywhere in the world over internet. Okay, so what is Azure Virtual Machine? Azure is one of the cloud provider. same like the AWS, the Google, and other things. Okay, other providers. So what is Azure Virtual Machine? Azure is the one, or Azure is virtual machine is a service which is being provided by Microsoft for the computing. Okay, it's an infrastructure as a service which will be helping you out to create your own virtual machine as same as your real machine. Okay, and you can use it anywhere and everywhere. So what are the benefit of the virtual machine if you talk about? I hope now the Azure virtual machine is clear, right?
Yes, sir. But I have a quick question.
Mhm.
I'm making a confusion. Is that the same thing when we create some multiple user for our computer, like create one account for the kid, create one account for maybe your wife, create another account for yourself, and create another account for the guests. So is that what that means?
I'm sorry, unfortunately not like that. So see, you are creating different kind of profiles with which is the feature of Windows 10 or Windows. Okay, the operating system. Okay, you can create different users who can log into your computer one by one and they can use it. No, it is the virtualization or virtual machine concept is very way different than that. So virtualization means like a full computer is available for that guy. All the resources, the RAM, ROM, or the operating system. See, if you have a if you have a laptop or the computer which is running on Windows, you can even use, you can create another virtual machine on top of your computer, which will having the, you can have that Linux operating system or any other operating system also, and you can use it like your real computer. I hope I was able to answer your query.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem. So yeah, so let's come back to the virtual machines and Azure virtual machines basically. So as I said just now that you can create different virtual machine with different operating system. The very first benefit that we can talk about a virtual machine is the flexibility, right? Flexible in what sense? You can create different operating systems. You can create virtual machine with different operating systems, the like your Linux, okay, like Windows 10 or Windows 11, anything. Okay, that is what the flexibility. Okay, the very first benefit of your virtual machine or Azure virtual machine basically. Okay, then you can have the, see, it is omnipresent. Why I'm talking about omnipresent or the term? See, to access your Azure virtual machine, you just need a device which can run over internet, and that's it. You can access it in anywhere and everywhere in the world. Okay, and that is what makes it omnipresent. Like you can access your virtual machine regardless of any location, regardless of the device, location, country, anything. Okay, you can access it from anywhere, and being accessible from anywhere make gives us another benefit which is called collaboration, right? Collaboration means what? You can see what happens in a company. Like, okay, I'm you working on virtual machine A. Okay, now I want to say show something, someone who is in Australia and I'm being in US. I want to show him some application which is on my virtual machine. This guy can again access it from Australia, the another user. So that means you can easily collaborate to your work, which makes the work very easy, and the productivity increases, right? Now, remember, or you can see that many times what happens that your device is decreased or not decreased. I'm sorry, I used the wrong word. Your device is very old. Okay, it is having Windows 7 or like that, and you really want it to be upgraded. Okay, or your device is having hard disk which is having very less storage or RAM ROM. You can easily scale it up and scale it down with the help of the Azure Virtual Machines. Okay, which means you do not have to wait or go to the market to upgrade your virtual machines or to buy some new computers or anything. No, you can, as per your requirement, as per your demand, you can scale them up and scale them down whenever you need very good excuse me, very good configuration of your computer. You can go ahead, select it and create it, and whenever you do not need it, you reduce it. Okay, now the very important part, everyone loves money, right? Everyone, nobody would like to uh, waste money, or they always want, and as a businessman also, the focus should always be on money and all. Okay, so these virtual machine or Azure virtual machines are very, very economical. Okay, I can buy, I can use a very good configuration of virtual machine in cents also. Okay, some cents. Okay, so that it is way cheaper. You can use Azure virtual machines, and you can create virtual machines, and whatever the time you want to use it, you use it. Later, once your work is done, you can get it off. Okay, you can delete it off, and you'll never be charged. However, in real time, in another environment, or if you're not using Azure virtual machines, if you're buying some computer, you cannot sell it back, or you cannot send it back and get the same kind of money, right? So that is what it is, way cheaper. Okay, you can use it for 1 hour and pay for that only, which is called, wherein the term is called pay as you go model. Okay, so these are the benefit of the Azure virtual machines. And I must say that Azure provides you the 99.9% of SLA. What does it mean? Or SLA, service level of agreement, means that you can, your virtual machines, or the number of virtual machines that you have created, will never go down. Actually, it will be only for 1% of the time it will go down, which means if you're using your services for 365 days, it will only go down for only for 3.65 days. That's it. Rest 362 days it will be working very, very well, which brings you the availability, which brings the high availability feature, okay, of your applications, right? Because your applications will be sitting on your virtual machines, and if your virtual machine is getting down, definitely your application will be getting down, and ultimately your customers will be affected, right? So in this case, if you are using Azure virtual machine, the 99.9% SLA will gives a wing to your customers also, and to your business also, because you can say that, boss, I'm available every time, 24/7. My application, my business is available for 24/7. Okay, so this is a very good choice for any business, Azure virtual machines. um, I believe I will stop here. And if there is any question related to this, please feel free to ask.
Thank you so much, Mukesh. It was really a good session, which you tried to explain us about virtualization and as well as how economical virtual machine is. So I hope everyone could able to make some sense out of it, that rather than using your personal laptop, which is a physical machine, why don't you go with use it,
I have a question
which is economical enough? Yes, yes, please ask your question.
about the Azure. Yeah, I know that. I mean, if I have a laptop, I can run any VMware application on my laptop, and then use that VMware application. I can install or maybe get multiple uh, laptops, like he said, on it. I can get Ubuntu, I can get Linux on my laptop as an individual, but I'm thinking in terms of the big organizations. Uh, what is the benefit of this
Mhm.
Azure? Because it look like, for me, it look like the only benefit is that the Azure is able to provide this a VMware application for big organizations, and they make sure that it's up and running, like you said, that it's up and running. The organization can do whatever that they want to do. So as in like us, that we are learning what areas, if we want to go to Azure, what areas can we go in order to get a job in that areas.
Well, yeah, that's a very nice question, I must say. See, you are trying to relate it with the yeah, you're definitely trying to relate it with the real-time environment. Okay, I'm so sorry, there was some distortion. Okay, so yeah, we were talking about the question which sir had asked, wherein we are trying to relate it with the real-time requirement. Yes, you're right that virtual machines are the one which you can use as a individual, and definitely you can use it in terms of very different use for the learning purpose and many other things, your research and development. But in real time environment, what happens, you can have one server, one good server. On top of that one good server, you can have 5 or 6 virtual machines. I'm telling very less number, but there can be 50s of virtual machines you can create. It is saving your money, right? Definitely it is saving. One server can be of $1,000, right? One server can cost $1,000. On top of that $1,000, you can create several virtual machines on top of which your applications are running in real time also. It is really saving your money, right? One thing. Second thing, why Azure? Why should I use Azure virtual machines? See, Azure virtual machines or Azure as in, it will be providing you several other benefits. When you go to the market, okay, with your application, like suppose Netflix is going on, okay, you know that Netflix is running on EC2, okay, and some of the its part are on Azure also, okay. So what it does, it needs to I mean, suppose it went down for 5 minutes also, there will be a full news and its goodwill will go down, okay. In those kind of scenario, these people can create different setups, okay, which is called, there's a concept of high availability, okay. So there will be different regions and will be there, which wherein you can keep your application on in one region, this region also you can keep your
Yes,
application
I understand that. Can I please? I understand,
yes
but
please.
my main focus of, the Thinkcloudly. I mean, it's kind of what you are saying is kind of selling to us Azure product, but as an individual, I'm not interested. My interest is what courses that Thinkcloud has, that because I want to get a job that I can learn if I want to go
Okay,
to a
I
Let
got
me
it.
take that question. Mukesh, yeah, let me take this question. So,
yeah.
me, I understand what you mean. Like, what are the courses from a job perspective can land you a job? Am I right, Penny? Am I right?
Yes.
Exactly. Very nice. See, Penny, what happens in Azure, that Azure has 2 or 3 different levels. So first level is Azure Fundamentals, where you come to know about different services offered by Azure. After that, you can go in multiple routes. I mean, there are multiple routes available. You can take like either administrator, architect, or DevOps. So there are 3 routes which are available, which we can guide you through post attending Azure Fundamentals. Now, you can have Azure Fundamentals plus you can have, let's say, Azure DevOps. Then you can basically make your career into Azure DevOps. That's one route. Or if you really love to design solutions, just like Oluwa explained us when he was telling about his journey that he got a job as solution architect. So you can go for Azure Architect. If you want to work as an engineer, then you can go for Azure Administrator. So that is those are the 3 roles you can plan for. Now coming to the market, that which market is flourish. It's very popular. So I would say that Azure DevOps is the market which is very flourish, and also Azure Architect, which is really good market. So if you really want to plan your career, go for Azure Fundamentals. Post Azure Fundamentals, go for Azure Architect. to understand these solutions. And if you are still interested, go for Azure DevOps. But it's totally up to you if you want to directly go to Azure, Azure DevOps. That's just totally fine. Yes, so it's a good market. Would is that okay?
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Penny, if you still have any question, feel free to give me a call. I'll be the one who will be guiding you through, so don't worry about that. Okay.
Thank you, Naman. Thanks for
Sure. So let me, Gaurav, please let me share the screen. Anyone else?
Sir, we have 2 questions in the chat
yeah,
box. If you can have a look.
let me answer those questions. So Olua has asked, like, do AWS provide the same service like Azure Virtual Machines? Yes, Olu. So we have it in AWS. We have EC2, which is the competitive service which is being provided by AWS. And I think there are no other technical doubts. So I will hand it over to Mr. Naman.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
now, well, another from one is from the Steve. What will Thinkcloudly offer after this webinar? Is it Azure Architect or Azure? We offer both Azure Architect and Azure DevOps. But if you ask me personally, go for Azure Architect, which builds a strong foundation on Azure. And later on, after you can go for Azure DevOps, because I always recommend everyone, whether you go for AWS DevOps or you go for Azure DevOps, having architect knowledge is really important before you actually touch the DevOps space, because DevOps is all about automation, guys. But you cannot do automation until you understand the infrastructure. Okay. So having a good amount of knowledge of architect is really important, and then you go for DevOps. So architecture is all about the infrastructure, which is a manual part of it. And when you talk about DevOps, it's all about automation. You write code to do automation. So that's the difference between. So, but if you ask me, Azure Architect should be your next, Azure Fundamental or Azure Architect should be your next step. If you still have any question, feel free to call me, guys. We are running out of time. I'll be just moving ahead with our presentation in a couple of minutes, and I think we will be good to go. Let me just share my screen again. Gaurav, please allow me to share the screen.
Yes, you can share it now.
Okay, awesome, Gaurav. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Thank you, Mukesh, for conducting a session. I hope that people have a very good idea about Azure VM. If you still have doubt, feel free to give us a call or drop us a note. We'll be helping you. We'll be making sure that your doubts are clarified. If you still have any other question, guys, we have already taken question and answers, but still, if you have any questions regarding our program, regarding anything, regarding any service, do let us know in the chat box, because we are running out of time. However, if you want to unmute yourself, you can unmute and ask questions, or feel free to call us directly. Okay, the offer is getting expired, guys. 2 more minutes. If in anyone who is interested, I'm sorry, not this one. It's actually the offer. Offer is this one, the Scrum and the ServiceNow. So we have the offer for for these two, Scrum and the ServiceNow. This offer will expire in next 2 minutes. In case anyone who is interested, do let us know so that you can avail this offer.
I have a question about the ServiceNow offer. Is it just for cloud, or is it like, because I use ServiceNow on a day-to-day basis with my current job here, but we use it on a ticketing system side of things. So I wanted to know, what exactly does that offer entail?
ServiceNow in itself is a career, So it's a career where probably you are using ServiceNow in day-to-day life to record tickets in IT help
Right.
desk. But if you talk about any IT organization, ServiceNow has its own vertical. Just like someone who has like full stack engineer, software engineer, just like that, we have engineers, administrators, developers on ServiceNow. Thinkcloudly offers a course for people who would like to see them into ServiceNow. Okay. And they want to create their future, and they want to work as ServiceNow administrator and ServiceNow developer. It is much beyond than what you do in a IT help desk. So right now you are just creating a ticket in your ServiceNow, right? but there is a team
Yeah,
who has set
tickets and
up
reporting and all that stuff.
yes, but there's a team in the background who has set up everything, right?
Right.
Who is adding users, who is creating new features in it, making some changes in ServiceNow. That is ServiceNow developer and ServiceNow admin. You know what? More than 85% organizations across the globe are on ServiceNow. So if
Right.
product, they are using ServiceNow. ServiceNow is very popular one. Okay, thank you. But anyone?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Anyone who is interested, please drop your query in the chat real quick so that we can consider your enrollment and you can avail the offer. Coming to the junior, do not worry about the technical wording and breaking down the slow pace. We have instructors, and those instructors are going to be the personalized instructor. Sorry. So we have the personalized instructor, like who will be making sure that you understand everything. You have full rights to stop the instructor and ask him to repeat 10 more times for you. And we go a very slow pace. Webinars are meant to give you directions, but when you are in actual sessions, you actually get a slow pace. And in case still you have any doubt, you want to change your instructor, we are always there to help you. So don't worry, junior. Uh, we have multiple engineers, multiple instructors, and everyone keeps a very slow pace. Okay? But webinar is actually different from what we deliver in the class, because class is meant to make sure that by the end of the session, you understand everything. Though webinar go in bit rush because we have like 30 minutes now here and we have to complete one topic. Yeah. Okay. So anything else, guys, you want to ask before we actually close the call today? Any suggestion, any question for us? Okay.
So,
Thank you everyone for
so there
coming.
is something from Lulu about pricing.
Okay, what's that?
Will 299 will be the full cost pricing, or it will be for the training only?
Gaurav, if you can drop the note in the chat, please, because I cannot hear you properly. Your voice is breaking for me. If I think Lulu has personally texted you.
Yeah,
Okay.
as it is.
Okay. So 299 for the full package course or just for the training for Scrum. Basically, 299 will have resume as well as the training of Scrum. If you want to go for interview preparation and case studies, that will have like other price that will be somewhere around 499. But we can discuss if you guys are interested. We guys can discuss about it. But in 299 in Scrum, will be giving you training sessions where you understand Scrum concepts, agile concepts, and we will be giving you resume. So these are the two inclusions we have in 299. However, in 499 you get additional interview preparation sessions and case studies. Okay. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining today. I really appreciate your time, and I wish you all the best for your preparation, whatever you're doing. Feel free to get in touch, and if you have any questions, you can drop us on WhatsApp or you can drop us an email. You can call us directly. We'll be there to help you. Thank you everyone for coming.